Okay, so when the truth comes out, when the world wakes up and we actually realize what everybody's been doing, that's been doing the wrongs that they've been doing, including people that happen to be a governor of a state or a judge in a court. And I'm telling you this, and I hope to God that this message gets through to some of these judges and some of these people. I'm not talking about the good, honest judges that are trying to do their best and they're kind of stuck in a certain situation because the law requires something. I'm talking about the judges that know damn well that they're acting in favor of a cabal. They're actually assisting and aiding people that are causing an insurrection in this country. And they need to meet justice sooner or later. So, and if I were them, I'd wake up sooner than later because you know what? You're in trouble. I don't care if you're a prosecutor that insists on prosecuting people like you and Stephanie Lambert, or whether you're a Secretary of State that's involved in the election fraud, or whether you're a judge that tells a jury when you have a J6 defendant in front of you, and in front of the jury, you say to that defendant, you are an insurrectionist. You are a traitor to this country. You are responsible for the deaths of police officers. And you say that in front of a jury, you know damn well that you're doing wrong. You know that you're doing something you should never do. It doesn't take a first-year law student. You don't even need to be a law student to know how wrong that is. And you've done it. And don't think that there are going to be no consequences for it, because I don't care if you're a judge, I don't care what you are. If you're a traitor to this country, you don't get excused because you have a black robe on or because you're a secretary of a state someplace. You better wake up, because as Barack Obama or Barry Obama said, elections have their consequences. And right now, there's been a change, and that change is going to continue. So smarten up, at least stop the nonsense. I got a judge in Michigan in Stephanie Lambert's case where they're trying to Tina Peters her, okay, because she had experts inspect the tabulators, and what did the judge decide? She's charged with unduly possessing election equipment, and even though there's nothing in the law that says this, he says not having the permission of the Secretary of State to have the election equipment is to unduly possess it. He's making up the law.
That's not a law. I mean,
it's not a law.
But that's all they've been doing, Peter, and that's why I get to the place. And I said it yesterday. Why is the Insurrection Act not on the table? Why are we just not getting to the fact where we have military tribunals and 50,000 people that would get rounded up and we can just have a hanging party?
It's coming. It's coming with the evidence. It's coming with the proof.
We have had the proof for 4 years.
It's coming as it look. More and more people are turning, but we will have those military tribunals, and we will have these people that have been destroying America, that don't care about our country, that hate America, that are acting against America, that think that they can do it with impunity. They're starting to find out that they can't. They're starting to find out you can't have a whole bunch of people up in Minnesota that are doing something really wrong and illegal, stealing money out of the country, that they're going to be able to get away with it, because that's stopping. If that's stopping, what else is stopping? Perhaps judges who are in the courts that are finding against innocent people and putting innocent men and women in prison. Maybe that's going to stop too. It better.
I agree with you fully.
Yeah. And if I were you, Judge, I'd change right now.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears, I've framed that these judges are sociopathic. So there's plenty of them. We've seen that pretty much, what is it, 194 different events that President Trump has been blocked by a judge that says that they have higher authority than the President of the United States.
Well, when you say sociopath, you're talking about somebody who has no feelings of empathy.
Yeah.
And that they're miswired.
Yes.
I think they're that perhaps, but there are also many of them that are just completely misguided. And they think that they're doing the right thing by being part of the cabal. They think by being part of the left, they're being really smart and good. But when you get those handcuffs on you, Judge, and I'm not going to enjoy that, and I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm not
I,
saying it's something I'm looking forward to. No, I don't. I don't hate you. No. But when you have those handcuffs and you're alone,
yeah,
you're not going to be thinking the way you're thinking. You're going to be thinking, I should have fixed it. I should have done the right thing.
yeah,
And
I
now you
totally
have the
agree with you.
chance to do that. You have the chance to stop doing what you've been doing.
All right.
Please do it.
Yeah, we know that we have the habeas corpus thing with Tina Peters. The judge said that they were going to rule imminently, and that was almost, I think, 7 weeks ago.
It scares me that he's taking so long. I had such faith in him. He seemed to be very, very concerned. He seemed to be very aware, very knowledgeable, very awake. Smart judge, no question about his intelligence. Sometimes people get to you, and the fact that this is taking so long, I'm not saying, Judge, that you're doing something wrong. I'm not saying that you're taking this much time because you're afraid to move forward, or because you don't know what to do politically, or because you've been threatened, or there's been implications of different things that would happen in your career going forward. I have no idea about any of these things. But I will tell you that the public is looking at these things and they think that these things are happening. So for the sake of not even for the sake of doing things properly, but just the appearance of doing things properly, you need to get the decision done in terms of the writ of habeas corpus. And frankly, and we know that there's nothing that you can do or say other than that she should be released.
Arrested, and Tina Peters is still in jail. And Peter, I say it again because I think that's shared by everyone. Yep, it is. Look at the comments. Uh, it They're You got the most powerful man in the country, and you said it on War Room. You think that they should just go in there and take her out? You said we're at war. Everyone recognizes we're at war, and fear of loss still grips the idea that we cannot take Tina Peters, who is not well, and just snatch her out of the jaws of these evil people.
Well, I, on this subject, let's just say there may be some things that are happening where you're going to have some different reports in the near future, but I'm not able to comment on that. Uh,
Yeah, but
I'm very optimistic that something is in the works.